Welcome back, my dear students, to the classes of short stories. Yes, in last class, I had given you introduction for this story, The Old Man at the Bridge, written by Ernest Hemingway. Correct? I had explained you about the situation and also about the symbolism of animals. I had explained you about the main character. I had explained you about the narrator, right? And also about the plot of the story. Today, let us learn the story according to the writer, what is mentioned in your textbook. Okay, when I am teaching the story, please hold your textbook and write down the meanings and explanations wherever necessary. Fine, children, let us start then. An old man with steel rimmed spectacles and very dusty clothes sat by the side of the road. There was a pontoon bridge across the river and carts, trucks and men, women and children were crossing it. Children, there was one old man who was 76 years old. Okay, he had steel rimmed spectacles, means old people wear very strong spectacles, right? Because it is the need of their age. And also without spectacles, 76 years, very rare to see the visions clearly. He was wearing one steel rimmed spectacles and he was sitting on a pontoon bridge. Okay, I had explained you that pontoon means temporary bridge constructed for or built for one emergency purpose. Okay, the road was very dusty, and that particular day so many people, like they were crossing the river. On that pontoon bridge, carts, trucks, men, women, and children were crossing it. The mule drawn carts staggered up the steep bank from the bridge, where soldiers helping push against the spokes of the wheels. The trucks ground up and away, heading out of it. All the peasants plodded along in the ankle deep dust, but the old man sat there without moving. He was too tired to go any further. Yes, there mule-drawn carts were moving. Staggered means were moved with the help of soldiers. This is very important. Soldiers were helping public to move from that bridge. Okay, and they were moving from that bridge and crossing the river. And they were pushing the carts which were loaded with people. The trucks grounded up and away, heading out it all, and the peasants plodded along in the ankle deep dust. And the peasants, the workers, the people, everyone were moving and crossing the river in the trucks which were almost sunk in the dust. There was not at all a free minute on that bridge. Okay. But the old man sat there without moving. He was too tired to go any farther. But the old man, who was 76 years, sat there, who was very tired of his life, children. He was not at all ready to move further. He was tired of walking also. And I'm mentioning his age again and again so that it can be in your mind that he was tired of his life also. I will tell you the reasons further. It was my business to cross the bridge, explore the bridge head, beyond and find out to what point the enemy had advanced. I did this and returned over the bridge. There were not so many carts now and very few people on foot, but the old man was still there. Fine, children. Now let me tell you the background of the story. The paragraph what I read, it was my business. From there, it is for the narrator, means writer of the story, who was a soldier. Fine. He was moving ahead and taking some steps farther, and he was checking that till where the enemies have walked in. Okay, this was a war situation, Spanish war. And let me tell you still more details of the war in further paragraph. This fellow's duty, soldier's duty, was to check that did the people vacate the place where war was going to happen, and also to check till where the enemies have approached to attack. Okay. He wanted to see that people have moved from the place for their safety. And even he was other side checking till where the enemies have approached. There were war disciplines, children. Okay. Before the enemies could reach the point to attack, they were vacating the places where innocent public was living and soldiers were occupying and getting ready to attack. Yeah, there were no special war fields. Yeah, war fields were there, but around small places where people were accommodating for their life were vacated time to time when wars were happening in olden days. Now, when he came back to the bridge, still the old man was sitting on the bridge only. Where do you come from? I asked him. Noticing that old man was not ready to go away from there. Now, even soldier noticed that many people have vacated the place and many carts have already moved and almost the place was getting empty. Still, this old man was not walking his way to move away from the place. He asked, "From where do you come from?" Who asked? Narrator asked. "From where do you come from?" "From San Carlos," he said and smiled. Old man answered that I am from San Carlos. That was his native town, and so it gave him pleasure to mention it, and he smiled. When he spoke about his place, there was a big wide smile on his face because he was speaking about his native place where he had spent his life. Old man himself said that what work he was doing. "I was taking care of animals," he explained. "Oh," I said, not quite understanding. See, old man said that he was taking care of animals. Okay. Then soldier replied, means narrator replied that, "Oh," I said, means see, direct speeches about narrator. Fine, children, the narrator words are in direct speech. Keep a note of this. Not quite understanding. He himself felt that I am not understanding what this old fellow is telling. He was caring animals. What do I know? Means narrator's feelings. "Yes," he said, "I stayed, you see, taking care of animals. I was the last one to leave the town of San Carlos." Again, old man said that I was the last person to leave the place San Carlos. He did not look like a shepherd, nor a herdsman, and I looked at his black dusty clothes and his grey dusty face and his steel-rimmed spectacles and said, "What animals were they?" Actually, that old man did not look like a shepherd or herdsman who cared many animals. Okay. He looked like an old man, family old man, but his clothes were quite very dusty and dirty. And his face was quite very dusty that day as he was sitting for long time on that pontoon bridge. He asked, "What animals were they that you cared?" "Various animals," he said, and shook his head. "I had to leave them." Then old man replied that various animals means many kinds of animals, and sadly he replied that I had to leave them. I was watching the bridge and African looking country of the Ebro Delta and wondering how long now it would be before we would see the enemy, and listening all the while for the first noises that would signal that ever mysterious event called contact, and the old man still was there. See, this fellow soldier was quite very alert towards his duty, and he was like watching around what will happen now in a minute. He said that I was watching the bridge, means I was taking care of the pontoon bridge to move the people fast, and African looking country of the Ebro Delta. He said that I was looking towards that Ebro Delta, means longest river in Spain, and wondering how long it would take to see the enemies now who will attack here. Fine, children, who will attack here. The first noise means the first bullet to be shot. It is called that first shot or first bullet to be shot is called as contact, means signal for the mysterious event of the start of the war. Immediately he turned towards the old man and asked, "What animals were they?" I asked. Again old man replied, there were three animals all together, means three kinds of animals. He explained, there were two goats, one pair of goat, okay, two goats, and a cat, one single cat, and then there were 4 pairs of pigeons. 4 pairs means 8 pigeons. Fine, children? And you had to leave them. I asked, oh ho, you had to leave all these animals. Yes, because of artillery. Yes, because of military unit. Artillery, because of the orders of the military unit. The captain told me to go because of the artillery. Because the unit of military will be occupying the place, we were ordered to go from the captain of the military. Oh ho, and you had to leave them. And you have no family? Again this narrator asked. Oh ho ho, you have no family? I asked, watching the far end of the bridge where a few last carts were hurrying down the slope of the bank. Now last carts were left to move from there. He was observing that now let these carts move because it was his duty, no? And he asked, oh ho ho, you have no family then? Old man said, no, he said. Only the animals, I stated. The cat, of course, will be all right. A cat can look out for itself, but I cannot think what will become of the others. Old man said that, no, I don't have any family. See, I don't have any worry about the cat because it will look for its own life and it will save itself. But what about my other animals? How can they care themselves? Now, what politics have you? I asked. Other than this, what work you have? Politics means what work you were doing. I am without politics, old man replied. He said here is old man. I was living without any work. I was not doing any work. I am 76 years old. I have come 12 kilometers now. I think now I can go no further. This is not a good place to stop. I said, if you can make it. There are trucks up the road where it forks for Tortosa. Then there was a mixed conversation here. He said that, what work you were doing? Then old man replied, I was not doing any work. I am 76 years old. What work will I have to do at this age? And now I have walked 12 kilometers and I am utterly tired. I can't walk further. Old man replied. He said, see, there are trucks to carry people. They will take you to where it forks, means it will go to Tortosa, a safe place where we are putting refugees, means war victims there. You can go in the truck if you can take courage to go. I will wait a while, he said. Old man again replied that I will wait for a while. I can't go and then I will go. Where do the trucks go? Again he asked, where do these trucks go? Towards Barcelona. I told that these trucks will go towards Barcelona. That is, again it will reach Tortosa. Okay, don't get confused, children. These trucks will travel towards Barcelona. He was telling different places so that old man can speak about his relatives. It will go towards Barcelona to go towards what place I said? Tortosa. Fine, Tortosa. I know no one. This old man again replied, I know no one in that direction, he said. But thank you very much. Thank you again very much. Then old man said that I don't have any person towards that Tortosa or Barcelona. I don't have any relatives in that place. He looked at me very blankly and tiredly, then said, having to share his worry with someone. Then again this old man looked very tired and very blankly he replied this so that he can listen to his worries. That old man had some worries and someone he wanted to listen. This fellow narrator said, the cat will be all right. I am sure. Again old man said that my cat will be all right. There is no need to be unquiet about the cat, but the others. Now what do you think about the others? Again old man expressed his worry towards his animals, telling that I am worried about my other animals. Again narrator asked, what worry do you have about your other animals? What about them? Why, they'll probably come through it all right. Why? Think so. Again old military fellow narrator said that, don't worry, your other animals also will be fine. Then why do you think? Sorry, here narrator did not say. Old man himself said that, yeah, they will be fine, I think. Again, narrator asked, why you think so? Why not? I said, watching the far bank where now there were no cards. Okay, that old man, when he said that, uh, the old man, when he said that, his animals probably will be all right, and this fellow was not at all listening to the old man. Okay, narrator was worried about the cards and the bridge, where he was keenly observing that all people have moved out or not. But what will they do under the artillery when I was told to leave because of the artillery? Then again he said that what my animals will do with that military units. I was asked to leave the place. I left. But do you think that military unit will care my animals? Again narrator questioned. Did you leave the dove cage unlocked? I asked. He asked about the pigeon. Did you open the cage doors of the doves? Means pigeons. Yes. Then they'll fly. Old man replied, yes. Then he replied, yes, they will fly. Yes, certainly they'll fly, but the others. See, he was worried about the goats. It's better not to think about others, he said. Military person, narrator said that don't worry about others. Your pigeons are safe, your cat is safe. If you are rested, I would go. I urged, get up and try to walk now. He insisted that old man, if you have rested now, please get up and try to walk and go away from here. Go to a safe place, he meant to tell. Thank you, he said. And go to his feet, swayed from side to side and then sat down backwards in the dust. See children, old man tried to walk side by side. He walked a little and again he collapsed there itself and sat there itself. I was taking care of animals, he said dully. See, this old man was worried about his animals. He said, I was taking care of my animals, but no longer to me. I was only taking care of animals. He said, I was not living with anyone. Nobody is there for me to care for or to take care of me. I was taking care only my animals. There was nothing to do about him. It was Easter Sunday and the fascists were advancing towards the Ebro. Fine children, it was one Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday, I had told you about that Easter Sunday, right? Easter Sunday was a resurrection day. Fine children, resurrection day and Jesus Christ was resurrected, means nailed on the cross. Same way, this was one Easter day and this old man sat there to lose his life. And the fascist means a strong central government, means a strong army was advancing towards the Ebro. Ebro means Africans. It was a grey overcast day with a low ceiling to their planes were not up. See, it was a very dangerous day as planes were overcast with a low ceiling, so their planes were not up. See, the planes were also ready to attack. That and the fact that the cats know how to look after themselves. Before war, war planes take rounds to check the places. If needed, they drop bombs also. Fine. Again, this old man was like worried about his cat. Them look after themselves was all good luck that old man would ever have. Narrator felt that yes, in this whole sad moments of that old fellow, narrator felt that yes, his cat is safe and pigeons are safe. That is one good thing for this fellow. In this tragic war incident, in this discussion of the story, this old man who lost all his hopes of his life, somewhere he had one satisfaction that his pet animal cat is safe in its life. But this old man did not have any worry for his own life because he was a war victim. Children, here the story ends. Yes, this is one confused kind of story for you people. Here one situation what narrator had faced in his real life is mentioned, where he is explaining for you all to understand that how people leave their places for the cause of war. How innocent people, innocent animals lose their life and way of life. Children, dying is not the only what we tell war. They are not the war victims, but the innocent people who are left without care, who are asked to move from the place without any botheration and without any further future, are also the war victims who really suffer because of these wars. Narrator had concern, but he couldn't do anything for this old man. Okay, here the story ends. Please read the story where we had learned the war between this Hebrews and Spanish. Fine. Hebrews are some Africans and Spanish, they are the strong civilians. Okay. During that time, the Spanish were very strong civilians who countlessly killed these people. Okay. That war effects and which war, what war, we are not learning here. Here we have learnt one small situation of this war which was fought between this Hebrews and Spanish. Fine. And we learned about this old man and his pet animals which were left without this loving old man. He was emotionally hurt. He was affected by this situation of war and artilleries, that military unit which gave order to move from that place. Fine, children. Thank you.